Today in the crypto space, we see the market taking a bit of a dip. Bitcoin down to about 106,200, give or take. Ethereum right around 2,500, holding steady, however, down approximately 2.5%. The rest of the crypto space, these altcoins, some of them are dipping. Look at Solana. We have a few others like ETH, Jupiter, Render, and a few others coming down to those lower levels. In today's video, I want to talk about the general market. I want to use Bitcoin as a leading indicator, but more importantly, I want to talk about Ethereum. Ethereum, as the heavyweight of altcoins, could give us a bit of an indication of what is happening next to the altcoins. So you know what? Let's talk about the news, let's analyze the charts, and let's strategize to capitalize. Welcome to the channel. My name is Mike. And let's get right into it, guys. If you're new to the channel, welcome. On the channel, we talk about cryptocurrency, Bitcoin, Ethereum, and all the altcoins. Looking for opportunity, whether we go up or down, bearish or bullish, it doesn't matter. All we want to do is stay one step ahead of the market so that we can capitalize on any of the volatility. And if you appreciate the strategy, subscribe to the channel, click the bell so you don't miss out on any of my future videos, including the live streams at 8 p.m. EST, where we talk about crypto news and price action. Guys, if you have any projects you want me to cover here on the channel, feel free to let me know in the comment section below. You can hit me up on the socials. The links are in the description. Better yet, guys, join the Discord. The Discord is where it's at. Lots of good alpha, trade setups, fundamentals, and learning material. The best part is it's absolutely free. All right, guys, let's begin. Let's see what's going on here with this market, because as you can see, the market cap, the total market cap did roll over here. Now, it did slightly make lower lows on Bitcoin, obviously on lower time frames and so on. Market cap technically didn't make a lower low within this, fractal right here. What's interesting to me is that trading volume went stagnant on this dip. As you can see, as we were grinding upwards, we were looking pretty good. And as soon as we hit pretty much the last confirmation high, the lower high on the lower time frame, you can see that Bitcoin, as the total market cap was rolling over, the general market went hesitant. It went sideways. That's an indication to me that there's not many individuals interested in this dip. It could be the case that this low volume move to the downside may be responded to very quickly by the bulls. And this is why I've been suggesting on the Discord, what I want to see is a bullish response. A bullish response here, confirming a lower high, would give me an indication that the market is going to come down, because market structure suggests a lower low, which have achieved already on Bitcoin. As you can see, we came down pretty hard on Bitcoin because of the structure that changed. And unfortunately, a change of character within the structure, in this case, would be a bearish signal. But all we need is a confirmation high, a lower high. So we got to be patient for that. There's no suggestion that it has to happen. And when we break down, a lot of the times we do get those responses, those, last, exit pumps, the dead cat bounces, all of those. At the end of the day, they're bullish responses that are short-lived. And they give us an indication that the bulls do not have strength to make higher highs. And because of that, we can start, basically deducing that the fact was the bears were able to make a lower low. And we'll talk about that. We'll definitely take a look at Bitcoin as a leading indicator. We'll take a look at Ethereum, because Ethereum's market structure is still okay. And the rest of the crypto space, these altcoins are taking a bit of a hit right now. Nothing major, but still taking hits. As you can see, the market in general to here in the last hour is not too bad. It's the last 24 hours that have been a little bit crazy out here. As you can see, we're approximately down 4% on average. Some of them less, some of them more, as you can see. But a 4% dip across the altcoin market is nothing. As we eat 4, 5%, 10% for breakfast every single day. It's not a big deal for the altcoin market. What's most important is the market structure. Because if we start making lower lows here on these altcoins, and we start making lower highs on these altcoins, and Bitcoin doing the same thing, and Ethereum doing the same thing, and the total market cap doing the same thing, ultimately, guys, we're coming down as a market in general. Right? And this is the reality. It's not specific to one particular project. This would be a market-wide retracement. And as you can see, the retracement as you speak is not that bad. Reality is being down a little bit, down to the 0.382 retracement. We'll take a look at the fib levels and all of that. But currently, as we speak, we're dropping below 106. So guys, be prepared, be ready, because any bullish response, in my opinion, could be a good short opportunity. As you keep on going down, as you can see, 4% across the space. Some projects haven't made lower lows, as you can see, like for example, VeChain, Cosmos, and the list goes on. Even Matic, it dipped, but sure, didn't make a lower low, and Render the same, and a lot of these altcoins the same, Quant, and you name it, it's pretty much the same. Although we are down approximately 4%. Look at Jupiter. It's down almost 7% and didn't make a lower low yet. So we got to understand that at the end of the day, if you're waiting for a market structure to suggest a reversal, that we are ready to come down for another bigger dip, guys, there's no real major indication just yet other than the beginning of the break of structure. And I'll definitely fill you in. Let's take a look at Bitcoin, guys. Let's see what's going on here, because at the end of the day, Bitcoin is the greatest leading indicator, and we have to keep it in mind as we look through these markets. And traversing this market definitely has been boring in the last little while. But as we see volume, as we see reactions, both bearish and bullish, we could definitely prepare ourselves accordingly. And we definitely have a move from Bitcoin. Let's take a look at this in a little bit more detail. At the end of the day, we saw Bitcoin roll over. Yesterday, I made a video on Bitcoin. I told you guys that if we broke below this white line, things are not looking good. We hesitated there. We did come down to there. We got a few bounces off that level. And guess what? We broke the level. Now what? Well, we have the 200 EMA on the 4-hour. Remember, this is a 4-hour chart. And big picture, let me just quickly get onto the daily. Big picture, this is what we're looking at. Ultimately, if we start getting more confirmations of a reversal, which we've already got the major confirmations, to be honest, the only thing that we need now is maybe at a confirmation high, a lower high, and then we can start piling into shorts, because ultimately that would give us that indication that Bitcoin bulls are not strong enough to maintain an upwards trend that eventually turns into a breakout to the upside. So what we have to understand is that the way things look, if we get a confirmation high, lower high, we're rolling over, coming back down to the bottom of the range somewhere. And the question is where? How low do we go? Are we going to get a bounce at 102,500? Are we coming up to maybe the point of control at about 104? Are we going to come down to 96,000 and get so many people wrecked down here at this order block? At the end of the day, guys, we're going to have to wait. But at the current moment, the idea here is to hedge against your long positions. If you're long and you want to hedge short right now, it's not a bad idea, but you have to wait for a better entry, because we did get that structural break to the downside, confirming a lower low. Again, back to the 4-hour, we got that lower low. You guys, this is not a good look for Bitcoin and the rest of the space. However, if we could get back to about, I would say 106, 107,000 and get rejected right around here, guys, even as high as the point control right around here, if we do get that lower high, confirmation high, and then guys, that's the time to go short. That's the reality. And then if we start breaking down and we break below this, guys, the trend is your friend. And as you can see, this turns into a proper market structure shift to the downside. And then back to the daily. Let me just quickly show you what that looks like. Market structure shift to the downside. Okay, so that's that. So we got our first signal, bearish signal so far. And again, any push to the upside could be shorted, and your invalidation is all the way up here, but just got to make sure that your invalidation fits your risk to reward ratio. So ensure that you're not using too much leverage. And again, understanding that the market is still bullish despite this move to the downside. The market is still big picture bullish, and you're going and you're trading against the big picture trend. That's very, very difficult to do, right? So be quick, be a ninja, get in, get out, do your thing, lower time frames only. Let's take a look at oscillators here for a second, see what the oscillators are up to. We do have some interesting developments here. Still stuck in the chop zone. Bearish response coming in right here, as you can see. Let's see how low we could go. I've definitely keep in mind the fact that something like this could happen. Maybe we get back up and hesitate here, and that would cause a continuation to the upside. Until then, there's no real evidence of that happening. As I mentioned before, we are rolling over, and the question is, do we actually get oversold? Let's get rid of this. Right? Getting oversold is not what we want, but definitely it's possible. So getting oversold meaning right now out of the chop zone, making a little lower low below this low and getting oversold will cause this thing to keep on coming down. And this is the time to short. And that's what I'm up to. Okay, so that's the only thing you could do is look for short positions right now. Other than that, guys, you have your big picture positions open on the daily, on that type of thing. I don't think those are gonna have, you're gonna take a bit of a hit, but still, that's why you open your shorts to hedge against that hit, right? So you can keep yourself in a very comfortable spot. Other than that, guys, that's what the market is showing. What can I say? We have the oscillators, the trend oscillator. What is the trend oscillator up to? Let's see. Let's see what this guy is doing, because ultimately, looking at multiple indications for confluence is ideal. EMAs are still open. There's no cross yet. Expansion is bullish, so I'm still a little bit hesitant of taking this seriously because we're still okay here. I feel like this could be just a dip. That's the reality. That's what it is. It's a dip, and we have to ensure that we don't overreact here because we're still good. We're still making higher lows. Yes, we made a lower low on for a lower high, and this is still pretty good, right? This is still pretty good. Let's see this whole range, how we eventually develop. Guys, I'm looking for longs maybe down here. Worst case scenario, like I said, I want to see a market structure. I want to see the bearish response and see how far we go with this on the daily. Unfortunately, this is the case. Okay, guys, so be prepared. Now, of course, let's take a look at Ethereum. Ethereum ultimately is not bad of a state in comparison to Bitcoin. You can even see this chart. It looks a little bit better. If we break this level right here, the last line in the sand, these wicks that are going to be defended, guys, it's likely that we start coming down and potentially hit about 2000 to 1800. And that would be a worst case scenario for me, because ultimately that would be a bullish breakdown. That would be a bullish dip in order for us to buy at a confirmation low, a higher low. This was the low. Let me just show you what I mean. This was the low. If we retrace, we get into that higher low, we break above, we go for a higher high. If this does happen, this is the area where I'm interested to see a change of character, but to the upside, like this, where we start to see lower lows and lower highs, and then higher highs and higher lows, looking for that change of character, class A bullish divergence, a break of market structure, things like that is what I want to see. And then from there, start piling into long positions once again. Ultimately, if we can hold this, let me just zoom in a little bit. If we can hold this zone right here, and I think the lower time frames might do it justice. Just give me a second. Let me just go on the lower time frames to show you what I mean. I still have some TA here. So this structure is still totally intact in the sense, and it's still valid from what I talked about yesterday or the day before. As long as we're within this range, this could be a bull flag. This could be a bull flag. In fact, as you can see, Ethereum's not doing that bad. It's not doing that bad at all. So it's okay, even though the dip is, percentage wise, not the greatest. As you can measure, it's down approximately 4.2%. But at the end of the day, guys, we didn't make a lower low out of this range. So we still have some hope that this turns into an exchange of hands, some sort of bull flag, some sort of quick move to the upside and continue to the top of the range. If it breaks below, guys, like I mentioned, expect lower prices and be prepared to buy those dips. Guys, all we could do in these scenarios is be the best loser. What does that mean? That means take advantage of what you have in front of you. If you have a short position that you can get into to hedge, great. If you are expecting the dip, make sure you have some dry powder ready to buy, right? If you are getting underwater and your trades right now and you're long and your trades are putting you in a tough bind, guys, defend yourself. Don't take massive losses. Take small losses and then reaccumulate at lower levels. If we start breaking market structures to the downside, don't be afraid of being the best loser out there. Small losses, big wins. That's the only way you're going to do it. You're not going to win every single trade. And at this case, what you really have to define is how much are you willing to lose. And trust me, don't make it big. Just make your small losses and make bigger moves to the upside when the market starts to give us indications of its moment to run. And we'll be prepared, guys. This is what we do here on the channel. Up, down, bearish, bullish, like I say every single day. All we really want to do is prepare. And preparation is what allows us to think about our thesis, both bearish and bullish. And at the current moment, Ethereum is doing pretty good here, guys. It's not that bad. Even if you look at oscillators, is stuck in the chop zone. We didn't get overbought since the last response here on the 4-hour. We got oversold. We went up, chop zone. Do we get overbought? Is this a little bit of a fake out, bullish response incoming? Maybe we start looking for the top of the range here. And this is what I'm kind of, looking at, is that I don't want to get overly bearish market wide. Even looking at Bitcoin, all the altcoins, all of that, I don't want to get overly bearish here, right? So I'd rather stay neutral at this current moment and prepare my positions accordingly, again, via shorts or DCing at lower levels and making sure I have the dry powder. And more importantly, keeping those emotions at bay. Guys, it's tough out there. Join a community where you can, gain some of that support. You're in a community, have like-minded individuals that are there to walk you through things and just, reminisce about what's going on and how bad our portfolios look. But at the end of the day, a good community will be supportive. Okay, feel free to join the BTD crypto community. Links are in the description below. Guys, if I've offered you any value in this video, do the channel a massive favor. Slap the like button. It does really help out with the algorithm. If you want to follow me on the socials, the links are in the description. Better yet, guys, join the Discord. The Discord is where it's at. Lots of good alpha, trade setups, fundamentals, and learning material. The best part is it's absolutely free. Take care, guys. Have a good one. And don't forget, buy the dip.